Hi friends, welcome to the series, Playing to Win. Yes, playing to win. I spoke to you previously about managing through crisis, and that was basically sharing some thoughts on what we need to do to navigate challenging and uncertain times. I then talked to you about refusing to lose, which is developing a mindset that helps us to recover what we may have lost or to stay on course in challenging times. So today I start a series called Playing to Win. And the first part of playing to win is to play your game. Play your game. And 5 things that we need to think about. Number 1, what are your key strengths? You must seek out your key strengths. What are your unique selling points? What is your distinguishing factor? We've heard the analogy of the fish that was deemed a failure because it couldn't climb a tree. And when you probe that thought further, you understand that the fish was considered a failure because it was judged by the wrong standard. The idea is to understand what it is that we're uniquely positioned to thrive at. Your key strengths. It's about the fish going back into the water. Imagine what would happen if the eagle attempted to run or the cheetah attempted to swim. It's a disaster. So what is your key strength? Find it. Number 2, what are the opportunities that are out there? And this is about finding a silver lining at all costs. What is it that you can do to thrive? What is it that you can do to get yourself on a path where you can be successful, however you define success? Finding the opportunities. Despite the challenges around us, I've said it before and I'll say it again, there are very many opportunities that are there. Think about it. Number 3 is to match your key strengths to the opportunities that you've identified. That is critical. We're talking about playing to your strengths, amplifying that which is unique about you, amplifying your value proposition. It's also important that you do an analysis of what your weaknesses are. Why? Your weaknesses may be exposed by threats that are in the environment around us. If you are paying attention, friends, I'm basically talking about doing a SWOT analysis of you as an individual or you as an organization. But it doesn't just end at identifying what the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats are. You must then marry your strengths to the opportunities and also understand which of your weaknesses are exposed by threats that exist in the environment. Where your weaknesses are exposed, what can you do to mitigate them? But what if there's nothing that you can do? Focus on your strengths. After you've focused on your key strengths, align them to the opportunities that exist. The next part of playing your game is to make sure you're playing the right number of games. And this applies to us who have multiple skills and are doing a lot at any given time. The question is, at what point are you spreading yourself too thinly? Playing too many games if you do not have the right resources. Playing too many games if you do not have the right capability and ability to deal with the various challenges that will come at you in each of those fields that you're playing in could be a disaster. You'd much rather do 1 or 2 things properly than 10 poorly. Play the right number of games. If you don't, you enter into a sphere that we call overtrading, and the results can be disastrous. So the right number of games. And the last thought that I would like to share with you, and this is aspiration, as you play your game, is to desire to be sought after. When you think about it, you want to be in a position where the customer is calling you. You want to be in a position where organizations are looking for your CV. What is it that you must do to become sought after? You must be highly knowledgeable about whatever it is that you're delivering. You must be very clear about what your value proposition is. And you must invest in making sure that you have the depth that is required to deliver value when the opportunity arises. Again, playing to your strengths and amplifying them to an extent that you become sought after. Playing to win. So think about that, friends. 5 things. Number 1, what are your key strengths? Number 2, what are the opportunities that are there? Number 3, how can you marry your key strengths to the opportunities that are there whilst also mitigating the risks that threats in the environment pose to your weaknesses? Number 4, playing the right number of games, making sure you've got the right resources to deliver in whatever field it is that you are playing. And number 5, how do we become sought after? Thank you very much, friends.